I'm disappointed but not surprised. That's what I'll say about the show. I'm disappointed but not surprised. And I'll tell you why I'm not surprised. Because everyone has had the exact same complaints about AEW for months, for years, and nothing will ever change. This is just the way the company is. Nothing will ever change with regards to making it a more pleasurable experience for the average viewer. Last night's show was pretty terrible, and everyone is saying so. I haven't seen AEW in the last 2 weeks, so I missed Blood and Guts. I missed the show after. I saw a little bit of, what's been happening on those shows, like on Twitter and stuff, but this is the first time in 3 weeks that I actually watched the show because I remembered it was on, because I'm forgetting that it's on, because I'm losing interest. I watched the show, and everything after MJF was completely useless. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching the show, and I'm thinking to myself, All In is in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and this is the show that you put on? All In is in 3 weeks. This is the show that you put on. SummerSlam just happened, one of the greatest WWE pay-per-views in 2024 for sure. Probably second best only to WrestleMania. And this is how you respond? And then, of course, after SummerSlam, they do Raw. And Raw is a great show. I mean, all of Raw was must-see stuff. I'm going insane. I'm losing my mind. Raw was so good. And this is the show you put on? What happened to the Tony Khan of the old days? The Tony Khan that was just dominating the WWE in terms of quality. And whenever WWE did something that was pretty good, or, something that the fans all generally, liked, and the WWE did something and it was awesome, and then Tony Khan would clap back that same week on Wednesday, and heighten the show to a certain degree, just to say, yeah, okay, WWE did something okay, we're going to do something great on our show. We're going to do something awesome. Where's that Tony Khan? Where did that guy go? He's not here anymore. He's gone. So, the question I have to ask myself is, it's 2024. WWE is hotter than it's ever been. AEW ratings have been tanking for the last month, for the last couple of years. I mean, the show did 600-something thousand? And you want to say the Olympics are on? Okay, yeah, sure, so the Olympics were on. Raw beat the Olympics in the ratings. Raw did better than the Olympics in the ratings. So is that really the excuse that we're going to go for here? And this is coming from me. This is coming from someone who worshipped the ground underneath Tony Khan's feet. I don't know, is that the expression? Worship the feet? I don't know. But this is someone, this is me, okay? You couldn't, I was obsessed with AEW. For 3-4 years, I was obsessed with AEW, and now it makes me sick. And that's sad. It's very sad. But time and time again, they disappoint me. First show I've seen in 3 weeks. I figure, okay, I missed the last 2 shows, but come on. SummerSlam just happened. I know Tony Khan's going to do something great. Raw was just on. I know Tony Khan's going to respond with something amazing. All In is in 3 weeks. Why is this the show that you're putting on? None of this makes any sense to me. It honestly doesn't make any sense to me. Is Tony Khan, is anybody at AEW looking at the ratings? Is anybody at AEW realizing that this company is in a decline? And they're just not going to do anything about it? Again, it's not my job. It's not my responsibility. It's not my responsibility to go up to, and figure out how to solve all these problems for AEW. But Tony Khan is the head of this company, and there's no reason for this. There's no reason for the show that I just watched, and there's no reason for the ratings to be as low as they are. Not when you are AEW. Not when you are the company that brought CM Punk back into wrestling. Not when you are the company that has the likes of Hangman and Jericho and Swerve and Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. Granted, he's not there right now, but I'm just saying. There is no reason why the company should be in the state that it is. Okay? Tony Khan is, you know, he's the guy with the money. Alright? Then we got other people at AEW who probably have, you know, years and years of experience in television. And then you got other people in AEW who've been in the wrestling business, specifically the wrestling business, for many, many years. For decades. And on top of that, you have a million fans online telling you that they're disappointed and giving you things that you can do in the show. They're spoon-feeding you the answers. People like me, other, you know, people on the internet, YouTubers, okay, whoever, internet personalities, whatever, people on Twitter, anybody can have Twitter. These people are spoon-feeding Tony Khan. They're spoon-feeding AEW the answers of what to do because they're voicing their opinion. I like this. I don't like this. You should do this. Consider doing this. But who's Tony Khan listening to? Because I follow some people on Twitter. And they annoy me. Actually, I don't even think I follow them. I think they're just on my feed. But I follow some of these people and they annoy me because they're the type of person who sees a random AEW match, someone from Mexico, someone from Japan, someone from Ring of Honor, facing someone from AEW. I don't know, who's a good AEW wrestler? Pac? You know, one of those like high-fly guys, right? Whatever. Commander. Okay? And they see that, and they tweet about it, and they go, that's going to be a banger. Oh my god, that's going to be a banger. You know, the show is stacked. This card is stacked. Is it stacked? I don't think it's stacked. Who thinks it's stacked? Show me the stacked. But it's people like that Tony Khan's listening to. I don't understand what it is. I mean, is this why the Jaguars have never won the Super Bowl? Is Tony Khan just that incompetent? Actually, to be fair, I don't know if it's, you know, really Tony. It could be, you know, probably mostly his father. I'm just saying. Tony Khan does not like to listen to his critics. He said that. He has worded in a different way. He's worded it, but he's basically said that in interviews and stuff and press conferences. Why? I don't hate AEW. If you want AEW to burn to the ground, if you want AEW to be gone, then you're an idiot. Nobody should be wishing that AEW just closes business, closes doors, right? Nobody should wish that. AEW is good for the wrestling business. It's good. There is an alternative to WWE. It's good. It is a good thing that they exist. We just want what we had before. That's really it. The company has changed too fast, too quick, and it's changed for the worse. That's pretty much all I have to say. I don't know. All in, there's no excuse for the shows to be like this anymore. There's no excuse. You know, you got people working in there. You got Bryan Danielson in there, Chris Jericho in there. These people understand the wrestling business more than anybody. They've worked at the WWE for decades, and there's people. I mean, Kenny Omega himself has been in the wrestling industry. Like he's younger than Jericho, and he's never been to WWE. But he understands the wrestling business. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many guys there. What about Adam Copeland? I don't know. These people understand about television ratings. They worked with Vince McMahon. Like, what are we I don't know. Tony, but it seems no one at AEW cares at all about any ratings. Which, listen, and I'm not a ratings mark myself. At the end of the day, a show is a show. As long as I can watch AEW on TV and there's not, 40 people in the audience, I'm having a good time. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Like, there can be nobody on the hard cam side. Okay, whatever. I'm watching at home. Right? I'm not going to see the hard cam side anyway. Let me just see that there's a decent amount of people in there. A couple thousand people in there. Let me just see that. That's fine. The problem is, how long is that going to last? Because Rampage is already dead. Collision is dead. Should have never existed in the first place. How long is that, few thousand people going in the building going to last? That's my problem. Because once that's gone, I'm out. And to be honest, I'm already 1 foot out the door of this company. Just because of interest alone. Lack of stories. Lack of interest. Lack of drive. Lack of grit. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, did you like the show? Let me know in the comments, I guess. I don't think anybody liked the show, really, to be honest. But we'll see what they do next week. I might make a video next week and say, oh, well, you know what? Tony Khan's he's taking the steps in the right direction and he's going, whatever. So we'll see what happens next week. Anyway, that's it. Good night.